can't.
I feel like he, probably will. He's unlucky
What's
there.
What?
I feel like
he's gonna phase through it. Wait.
Yeah, make you want to say hi.
It's high. Let's get it. You know.
We have a gank.
We have a gank. Top side. Wonder. Very quickly running away from the Scorpion, but a flash in from Skewmon. Definitely nice. The axe to come through. The undertow. Wonder. Nowhere to go. First blood for G2. You said action on the top side. We're seeing it now, and now Skeens is going to try to 2v1. That was not good, my guy.
Broken Blade thought he had the damage to take down Skeens, so Skeens just barely gets out.
There. Alpha's still so far away from level 6, or it might have been a Mega Inferno Bomb angle.
Altama had more mana here. I think they could look for a dive and trade 1-for-1. They might still look for it.
And this is a bit of a toughie.
I mean, LeBron is going to die if they go for it, but if they can kill Yopa, it's worth.
Taunt through, doesn't quite get the flash. Knockback is there. LeBron is going to die, but oh, so is Mickey. Hansama
got the mana
debating.
from Prison's Mind. Oh, doesn't go for it.
Through.
He was thinking about crash the wave, so that does mean that Yopa is going to lose out on a minion wave. But now Skewmon is behind Wonder. Wonder still no flash.
Sure. To the skies. Remember blow back. Trying to buy time for the rest of his team to get there. Keep your eyes on that mini-map. Jungle with support on the way. Mickey and Skeens trying to come in, as is LeBron. Full 3v3, but SK behind the play thus far. Wonder going to die before the play even starts. Now Skeens and Mickey, just spectators to their top laner's demise. And this is just hit the arrow, it's fine. You don't do any damage anyway. You don't need to be in that fight.
I remember double F coin that just press R comp.
Low Q. Yeah, I don't know if that egg is back up, but Caps has an ulti.
He's
coming out.
He's got the egg.
The Deathfire. Deathfire has stopped touching. He's using it to escape. Ulti's traded. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, a wall has been leveraged. Caps cannot get around it, but the gravity field is good too. Skeens ward hopping forward. Sonic Wave connects. Caps still getting the Scuttle Crab movement speed, trying to get tricky with it. Mickey moving into cover to make sure Skeens can get this kill. No way for LeBron to contest. And that Skeens getting one back.
Really nice gank from Skeens there. Caps flashed the initial Q from Skeens, but wasn't able to get out. Caps still does have no flash, while Slow Q has his, so that could be something to look out for. It feels like Caps is a player that can often get
nice
like
wall
this.
from Slow Q into an immediate hook fall. Slow Q trying to get out from that gravity field as the Arcane Storm has been brought out. Caps locked up, but good coverage coming in from Skewmon and LeBron. Caps able to walk away with his life. As good as the initial play is, there's just not quite enough damage there yet. Top lane trading, Wonder flashing away. Broken Blade getting that flash though with
cover for Wonder. Skewmon's in the area though, so should dissuade any sort of dive possibility for SK. Broken Blade needs to be careful. He dies very fast here.
He does. The Q lands from Skeens. Broken Blade is a dead man. Even the Skarner can't get here in time. Nice conversion coming in from Broken Blade. Body block there. Wonder going to finish it with a thundering blow. But the Heartsteel is there for Skewmon to make sure he gets one in return. Slow Q has TP'd, matched by Hansama now. Complete fist fight on the top side.
Yeah, TP for TP there. As
how does he get one gold lead?
It was 0.
First strike. Uneven numbers. Skeens locked up. Damage coming through. He's just going to kick through him. A nice kick for the disengage. Wow.
When the game is so close, the smallest leads matter more and more, right?
Sure.
So we have fight for the dragon.
Cheeky hook. A lot of posturing here. G2 clearly aware of the potential dragon stacking concern. Broken Blade on the flank is going to be big. Now Wonder is here, but it's going to be a bit late to the play, and suddenly they're going to find Broken Blade right in their backline if they don't do anything else. Mickey forced to flash over the wall and escape. Very positive trade for G2, and the beefy frontliners that you mentioned in draft, Jack, are doing their job. Partially because Wonder doesn't do a ton of damage yet, but also Hansama didn't get hit by that Shock Blast, so I'd say
Yopa needs to be careful.
Lock up. Hansama, good damage to come through. Nice satchel to try and escape. Both Yop and Hansama really low, but on the hunt and the heal. More than enough movement speed. Good burst damage coming through, but that flash not doing much of anything as the Stand United ensures that there's no follow-up angle for Skeens. And Skewmon in the meantime gets the Drake, so really everything going
place everywhere. So we watch this back. He just runs at him, hits the axe, and kills him. As now Caps might be in trouble. TP.
Well played. Caps locked up. Slowq still standing in the storm, and LeBron is on the way in. Slowq needs to be careful here. He's going to get egged, but he will not go down. Caps finally drops. Mickey debating if they can follow up.
I think once, especially like once Hansama gets 4 items, that's when this becomes a really nice Sivir game. The only thing is Hansama is pretty reliant on his front line to create space for him, since he's up against so many long-range carries.
Oh Caps is another hook. Power. Slowq and Mickey holding hands through this entire game, and Caps cannot make it out of the Glacial Storm, so will finally fall. Now that Roa started stacking up and there's a bit more AP, a bit more levels for Slowq, he's really...
I think SK can be pretty happy with this, especially with the fact that they got Hansama's flash as well. Now with Nash up and available, if they're able to get a good insect from Skeens or get a good wall from solo queue and take Hansama down, they could easily start the Nash, as now Yopa gets the mid tower.
Evening out the gold.
Oh.
Oh. Wow, production. Absolute killer. This was not clear on the content. Caps versus rookies, 75-26. Why we included Caps versus rookie feels like a stray, but an important clarification.
We'll see if
I know it's happened at least once.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. It's now Schemes lurking, waiting in the darkness. Wonder versus Caps. Brothers fighting. Stand united up and available. Lee Sin getting pounded into the wall. Taunt blast coming in for LeBron. Wonder taken out. They were trying to bully Caps, but this time his boys were there. And there's no response for SK.
G2, they send the numbers.
So the playmakers now for SK in this game state is Wonder send it to the top side to try to hold the wave. 5 members of G2 on the bottom side of the map. Taunting through now is LeBron. A bit premature to kick things off. A nice wall to block off Hansama, but not quite perfect positioning. Ulti goes completely wide from Yappa, and now there's a raging Viking standing behind him. Gonna start ripping through his health bar. He just wanted to have a pool party, but it's absolutely not happening. Broken Blade, another wall to delay the push, but G2 with a nice quick fight to ensure their control over this Drake.
And Broken Blade, he came out of nowhere with a steel chair. Takes down Yopa.
We just went from 1,000, about 2,000 gold lead from a couple side lane players from G2 to 4,000 in their favor, and match Drakes. Mickey trying to swing things back a little bit, at least punish Lebrov, but Anivia not the best follow-up champion in the extended play, however, it might be enough. One more staggering blow and another second here, waiting on that cooldown. Wonder on the way in. Lebrov will finally fall.
Takes a slow death for LeBron.
I've asked, I've confirmed. Production are on it. It's a slow game. They have time. They have the bandwidth, the resources. Wonder gonna have to flash over this wall. Nice angle coming in from Skewmon. Broken Blade might have an axe to kick this one off, but he does have an ulti. The chase now coming in. Mickey, a dead man walking. Quick ulti flash to try to make it over the wall, distracting Hansama as he cues out. Spider Knot, praying for a brand new day. There's not gonna happen though. He's about to die. G2 keeping the fight going. Good ulti across the top, but again, only connecting on LeBron. In goes Skeens, his body, telling him yes, his mind, telling him yes, but now it's gonna be saying hell no, because it's Caps on the flank. 0-3-0, but still getting in there to make the play happen. Now all the way up to 3-3-1 as SK falling apart.
And SK, they got away. I don't think they'll lose the Nash just yet, but G2 are in firm control of this game. So they're able to take down 2. Maybe they will go for the Nash after all. Slowq doesn't have TP, Yopa has his, but this Nash actually goes down pretty damn fast. And it's a Nasher for G2.
Skewmon is pretty unkillable. So it's tough for SK. They can clear the waves, they can kill the minions, but killing G2's front line is tough. Luckily, G2's front line is not here. Broken Blade going to try to 1v5. Hansama pushed hard. It might not be enough though. Broken Blade still living. Gets burnt to a crisp by the Ignite. And Skeens is going right back in. The front line has finally arrived, but it might be too little too late. Now, that said, Skewmon is officially unkillable. Let's see how long it takes. 10 seconds, 20 seconds. The 80 damage is here. Will it be enough? Yes, it will be. Skewmon will finally fall. Physical damage there for the side of SK to finish up that kill.
And it's a pretty big throw from G2, as SK should be able to pick up this dragon now as well and set themselves on soul point. Although Hansama and Lebrov want to look for the cheese. Skeens face checks.
Quick taunt, hop back to Mickey. Getting low, does have access to the GA. Hansama could be in trouble. Nice hook to interrupt with a GA proc. That's devastating. Lebrov now looking for the angle and the setup. Yappa on the way and flashback from Skeens. Sonic Wave connects. Resonating strike ready to come through. Good hook from Mickey. Down goes Lebrov, and now it's Hansama trapped in the pit. A 1v1 with the dragon. Ziggs ulti across the top, burning his bell shield. Now Hansama's forced to flash away as Caps continues to poke. Mickey's still going forward. No one is here to back him up. It's a one-way trip, but he's happy to take someone with him as SK continue to set their sights on the Cloud Drake. G2 might have gotten that in him in the top lane, but they lost a ton in the process.
It's a huge
start this objective for free as SK trying to find a way to get in here, but don't have great vision coverage. Maybe just hoping for the 50-50, but now Skewmon coming over the wall, locking up Slowq. A nice W from Caps to split the fight in the meantime as double TPs are now coming in. Arriving to the fight is Broken Blade, but at low health, his Skeens isn't quite sure if he wants that play. Ulti from Yopa, not great, only hitting the edge onto Caps, and both sides walking away a bit bruised, but only Mickey has fallen.
Wow, that actually ended up being a 1-for-0 for
anything
G2.
out of them in that fight, and now very comfortable control over this area around Baron. Now the inhib has respawned for SK, so they're on a bit more even footing as Caps looking for a bit of free poke. The first hook from Mickey is going a bit wide as Slowq tries to land some poke of his own. Broken Blade kicking things off, eating a ton of damage before the fight kicks off. They're going to try to burst through that health bar. Ulti across the entire team. Again, not hitting onto key members of G2, however. Mickey's ulti, the depth charge, connects on the cast with the fall damage in there. Now Wonder's just going to burn to death. The Knight's Vow comes in, but it's just too little. It's not nearly enough as G2 walk down Wonder. And SK looking a little bit dizzy in these fights.
But how did G2 do it? They're magicians. This fight looked so bad in the beginning. Broken Blade was just going in and dying. Yet the fight somehow turns again into a 1-for-0 for them as Mickey hooks in.
He hooks in and maybe sent just right back to the fountain. Is Skewmon debating if he wants to keep dashing forward. Taunt Flash comes in for LeBron. Flash back from slowQ was good, but it's Skeens who's gotten the maws of G2. A GA procced. Gonna come right back to life just to die once again. Hansama taking down Skeens. Not the explosive 5v5 we were expecting, but
and already with an open inhibitor in top, they can look to get triple inhibitor and secure themselves positions for Soul and make this game their own. The red buff. I thought they would just siege bot lane and open up the third inhibitor, but they want to kill slowQ.
Cap chasing, and if they kill slowQ, they probably just end the game here. There's nowhere for him to go. Gets egg, now will die as well. The ulti from Yopa not dealing nearly enough damage as SK are being zoned away from their own fountain. Minion-empowered melee creeps and casters going to be enough here for G2 to break open the base of SK. Wonder going for the 1v1 with Broken Blade. LeBron interrupts, but I don't think he would have won it anyway. Skeens desperately trying to hold the line, but despite their best efforts, SK picked apart in the mid and late game. G2 outscaling and outplaying in this game one.
And it was a nice attempt by SK. They held on for 40 minutes, but in the end, G2 with 2 Baron Nashers able to close it out. They just had better team fighting, especially Broken Blade on that Olaf made a big difference with how strong he was in the early game and in the side lane.
That he did. Enough from us up here. Let's see what the AD has to say about that long game of League of Legends.
Was useless the rest of the game, but this champion, if he gets ahead, if he finds a roam timer, it's so incredibly strong. And if you get a lead, the snowball potential of this champion wave is now, he's going to fall behind quite a bit in the XP and CS department.
Next flash over the wall. Caps does have ulti. Mickey has to be careful here as he's caught in the miasma, engaged there. Purgatory used by slowQ, but the immediate exhaust now coming in from LeBron to deny the play, and slowQ running for his life. The gray health ticking. Whoa, flash in from Skewmon. Super aggressive. He's going to get exhausted. There are too many exhausts in this game. Now Skeens is going to re-engage. Level 5 Wukong, but again, all that armor, Conqueror fully stacked. Skewmon's just forced to back off.
This game is weird.
Yeah, it is.
Skewmon able to pick up the dragon, and LeBron is now looking to gank top lane. Wonder has the ward, but LeBron
just natural lane states are pretty winning. So they're still pulling a bit ahead in gold as Yappa finally no scatter. Okay. Flash over from Hansama. One more bomb. Dark Sphere. Comet doesn't connect.
Oh, the Yappa
still going in. Broken Blade, sidestep. Mickey moving in, mounted up on the horse, trying to take out his former top laner. Wonder getting chunked down. First blood, though. Wonder barely able to escape. LeBron can't make it out. Yappa kills Hansama. SK. We cast her curse G2. They turn it around.
LeBron might be dead as well. Skeens is here. Has the flash. Has the cyclone.
Want to commit to Liliana. Eclipse.
They don't decide to go for 2 kills for SK as they win on both top and bot. Hansama tried to go for the outplay on Syndra, but didn't quite have the damage with Yopa flashing the phosphorus bomb.
Okay, meanwhile, following on. Going all in. Purgatory, domain expansion, dash in, get out! Oh, you love to see it. The Weaves. Love every moment, but now the dog on the chase, and slowQ probably just dead. 240 health healed up. Not going to be able to get back to pick up that soul. And Skewmon, happy to just grab a kill in return.
That was clean, though. He sidestepped the petrifying gaze. Yeah, okay, here it is. Let's see. So Hansama dashes forward. Yopa doesn't have the scatter of the week for a bit, and then Hansama flashes it, but because Yopa flashes the phosphorus bomb, he's kind of cooked here. And then Yopa can walk around, and he has the faster lane, right? So now Hansama is pretty much always going to be dead here. Oh, but he has like 2 HP. Very close there.
Just kind of gets to dance around you. And now Hansama's going to be in trouble once again. Mickey lining up, Shattering Strike connect this time into immediate scatter of the week. Hansama can't even push his buttons. The exhaust is there, but they lack just that tiny bit of damage. Skewmon now coming over the wall. Mickey, a dead man walking. Skewmon waiting for an angle to throw down the ulti. It's just coming off cooldown. Is Mickey likely to die to the minions? He's channeling in with the Hex Flash. Quick stun to follow, but he will drop in the end. It looked like a picture-perfect dive. It's Luka Perkovic. Twitch chat, 81% with glasses. 19% without. 19%, you guys need to check yourself. You're boring. 81%, you're correct. Wonder, on the other hand, I don't know when that happened, but that really just 1v1s, 2v2s across the entire map. slowQ Using the ritual nails to go in. Now in melee range of Caps, though, definitely not ideal. Solar Flare going a little bit wide. The healing coming in from slowQ. Forced to use his ulti. Exhaust is there too. Yappa trying to move in, but the burn damage, the Eclipse, gonna finish him off. Not gonna be able to grab that extra soul now, but Yappa hoping to finish up this kill. Pullback is there from Mickey, and Yappa grabs another.
Yoppa gets a return kill at least for SK. Nice outplay by Caps there. Now G2 want to contest for this crab. Broken Blade is here, but Yoppa's already, or still rather, in this mid lane, while Caps is pushing down bot lane.
Team mounting up, just threatening with the Shattered Strike. No ulti, no flash available from Caps. Hasn't been able to finish the Roa either. Trying to get tricky with it. Knocks into the wall. One Silver Bolt's nowhere to go. The point click ulti. The clone not enough to save him. It looked weird from Roa.
I think this might be part of the sauce though. The fact that because it's 2v2, it's not that they win the 2v2, but Skimon jumps in on Skeens.
Going on to Skeens, immediately forces Cyclone. Now Hansama's going to jump in. This could be a lot of burst damage. Follow-up spin coming in from Skeens. Turns invisible for a brief moment, but Skimon is just going to go for the chase here. The pack called, flash in, daggers, smite to the side. The dog's now looking to chase a fall, but Skeens still living for an extra moment. The shutdown is there. Yappa! 3-0-0, having a hell of a game.
And slowQ gets
flash
the
in from Broken Blade. Exhaust, a little bit extra shielding coming in. That's the lock of the Iron Solari from Mickey, but now it's Mickey himself who's in trouble. Crash down to stay living. Mega there just in time. G2 so close to getting that kill. Wonder still walking forward. Needs to connect onto Broken Blade. Instead, they're going to focus on LeBron. Wallop is there. Looks like LeBron will just be sacrificed as the Gnar comes out from Wonder, and they're going to turn that play right around on G2.
And SK, they strike back with a kill in the mid lane, kill in the top lane, getting a gold lead back for themselves. Walk up and clear. This is one of the big strengths of Locke and why he works as a meta melee assassin. SK are going for a dive on top.
Dog spotting him out. Forcing a flash as well as the W coming in. Skeens on the top side of the fight, exhausted by Broken Blade, but just the clone going to be auto-attacked as Mickey just continues to run. Ulti coming out from Skewmon on the chase. Massive damage. Reset is there, and Yoppa might be in trouble, but slowQ ready to go over the wall. Purgatory picked up. LeBron looks like he might be first to fall. The exhaust still ticking. slowQ taking down LeBron, grabbing another soul there from Purgatory. And SK happy to at least get the 1-for-1 as it's just both
can have a real montage in these fights, and he's certainly strong enough to do so as well, as G2 want to reclaim the territory here.
ACC onto Skeens. Aftershock proc for Lebrov. Has to be careful not to step too far forward. Broken Blade's going to find the angle. Immediate one-shot on Yappa. Perfect use of the stealth as well as the condemn. slowQ now running for his life. Mickey hoping maybe to find the disengage. Broken Blade keeps chasing forward. He will land the Shattering Strike, but SK already too much on the back foot. Flashback. You know, chain CC, AoE kind of team fight. G2 are just going to out-damage them in the extended play, and it's so hard for SK to lock down these members of G2. You can see them pretty effortlessly just walking away, but Wonder free stacking on the Brav right now on the Rage, forcing the G2 retreat. Solar Flare going a little bit wide, but Wonder losing some health in return. Dash in, flash in, and it's Caps now. He's been locked up, but it's Broken Blade on the flank looking to lock up slowQ. Mickey hoping for the interrupt. Double exhaust now traded back as Skeens manages to take down Caps. Yappa on the bottom side of the fight, getting pushed back by Skewmon, who's going to dash again over the wall to try and retreat. Hansama and Broken Blade, double 80 carries, still standing. slowQ, Wonder, Skeens, a man advantage, but it's enough to win the fight. The nails coming through for slowQ. The reset to take him out, a flash away, matched by Hansama as the double buffs allow him to get the return kill.
Oh my god!
Back lines. And that means that G2's backline can now go forwards. But we don't have time to talk about that. Mickey's caught
Another fight,
and he's dead.
Mickey caught, Mickey down. And you can see in that fight, again, G2 beautifully taking Yoppa out of the equation. Threw a ton of damage, added a Fury that did not stick because of
said it really well. It's kind of like a Katarina. Not in the sense that if you get one reset, the game is immediately won, but just that he needs to get that initial reset, because that's what allows him to have that mobility. Now Caps might be in trouble here.
Action, spin on the Caps. Purgatory already pulled out. 2 members locked up, and now it's Skewmon who's in trouble. Reset is there, but they're going to back away as it's double TPs from G2. Double 80 carries joining the fray. Hansama and Broken Blade will not let that play go unpunished. Ulti out from Broken Blade before he can start even stacking Rage again, let alone get that bar completely full. Crash down, out, has demounted. Skewmon on the flank. Solar Flare forcing the flash out of Yoppa. It's a slow burn of a fight. Both sides waiting for the perfect angle. Skewmon, good flank, jumps over the wall, grouping with the team. 50-50 territory. Skeens dashing in, objective, getting lower, manages to grab it, and then his instant one-shot onto LeBron. Purgatory landing onto 2, but the chase not quite there. 500 gold difference between these two teams, now tied on Drakes. A basically dead even game.
Brooklyn has
G2 don't have the luxury of scaling now. Dash in with the action pursuit from slowQ. He's going to be in trouble now. Burning, running away. The slow still ticking on him, but Wonder trying to hold the line as best he can. Ulti goes onto the clone, it looks like, but it's an exhaust on the Yopa, so the fall damage really isn't there. Mickey on the flank with absolutely no HP, but Wonder from downtown finds the Nor ulti and exhaust. Not enough to stop him, but his Caps taking down everybody else. In the meantime, it's a double kill for Wonder, but not nearly enough to take the fight as G2 take down 4.
Where did Mickey come from? This was a 4 for 3 here, but Mickey
They want to fulfill your wish. They've started off the Nash. Now SK need to try to find a way to enter.
But you can see it's pretty easy for G2 to just two-man this. Again, they have 3 people who can shred through a Nash. Solar Flare going wide, though, is big. He brought it up before. That's really the only reliable engagement. But flash over the wall from Caps. That's a damn good way to get that fight shifted in their favor. In the blink of an eye, the staring contest easily won. But now Mickey with the re-engage. slowQ waiting for the resets. Can he find another? Wonder waiting for the setup. Dash back in on the action pursuit, but slowQ just doesn't have the damage to finish it. Flashes over the wall, but he's burning down. Skewmon to get another. Wonder will take down Caps, but it costs him just about everything. Skewmon continuing to chase. Dash is away from the wall. It was close, but G2 take the fight. The Skewmon gets a triple.
And it was so close, but it's an ace for G2, and it's going to be the Nash for G2 as well, as I think Skewmon and LeBron should be able to just do all this with the Wolves tanking up the Nash.
As impactful as that ulti was from Caps, it's really double 80 carries on the side of G2 that are bearing that damage burden. Now you can see, this is pretty unplayable for Wonder. Gonna desperately try to go Mega. The wall barely clips him. It might be enough. Nice sidestep from Broken Blade. Wonder cannot connect. Lock to the Iron Solari once again, saving Wonder's life.
Long flank here by Skins. He doesn't have the ultimate nor the exhaust. Has the flash though.
Flash. Good damage. Spinning on top of Broken Blade. Flash away. Nice condemn backwards on the second stack of Cyclone, but a flash in from Skins finishes the job. G2 at least break the bottom lane tier 2 tower, so the Baron, importantly, soul point. The next Cloud would give them that Cloud soul, and SK absolutely cannot afford to let happen as that Solar Flare does connect. Wonder locked up, immediate response now coming in. The Hound's pursuit from Skewmon trying to chase, but Skeens has found his way on top of Hansama, and this might just be enough to lock him out of the fight. Hansama already quickly retreating though, and it's only LeBron to drop thus far. SK see an angle to get even more. That goal.
Gonna be really, really strong in these fights if he's able to time that Mega Gnar transition well, but Caps is in trouble here.
Purgatory on a Caps. Nice backstep from slowQ, moving in with the action pursuit to try to finish the job. Caps buys a couple extra seconds, waits for the Purgatory to fall away at the very least, but that's a shutdown for slowQ.
That's Caps
waiting in that brush. SK forced to group up like this as G2 just takes so much space. Broken Blade continued to force, did use his ultimate as Mickey gets lower and lower. Dash in onto Hansama, 2 members locked up by the Cyclone. Yopa immediately gonna ult, and that's a reset coming in for slowQ. He chases down Hansama, but an ulti responded to by Skewmon. He can't stick to the target, it's the death ball of SK. Caps looking for a way in, incredible backstep on the petrifying gaze from Skeens. Keeps this fight alive as Wonder desperate to keep the engage going, but the triple carries on the side of G2 are still here, and it's SK to pick up a soul point of their own.
And SK are already starting off the Nash.
G2 in a position to contest, now forced to walk in, but it's SK who are split up. Yopa who is isolated. This is very dangerous for the Syndra. Wonder fully stacking the Mega. Yopa coming over the wall, back to his team. Skeens and Mickey hoping to find a play. G2 collapsing on Mickey, knowing that he is the big playmaking tool. Carries of G2 stepping forward, trying to take a bit of a space. Exhaust from Mickey. Mickey about to get taken down. Skeens looking for a re-engage of his own. Nice backstep on the Solar Flare, but Mickey already forced out of the fight. Mickey already deleted. No Baron in sight. Skeens forced into GA. SK crumbling. The collapse on the Mickey paying off beautifully for G2. And Skeens about to fall. The coordination non-existent. Broken Blade looking to make a quick montage as slowQ and Wonder are on the way out. But the Hound's pursuit is there. Skewmon on the chase. slowQ hoping desperately to get anything back. But all that's left is one little Yordle and a dream. A TP into the bottom lane as Wonder desperately tries to hold on, but even the wallop is not enough. G2 set to end it here.
G2, they found the fight. They got the ace. Caps can TP in the bot lane, and he's going to finish it up. The death timers are too long for them to be able to hold on. And it was SK. They didn't quite have the damage to finish the Nash. They didn't have the greatest turn. And G2 could kite them out, take down Mickey. Mickey's up in 2 seconds, but the rest of the carries are still dead for 20. G2 should be able to just finish this game nice and clean.
Simply too far away. One terrible fight for G2 into a nearly perfect one as SK did not get another opportunity to use that combo. It's a full-on fountain dive. Farewell to arms for a former brother as G2 cleaned this one up nicely. 2-0 in the series versus SK, moving up to 3-1.
It was a valiant effort by SK. Both games went over 40 minutes. But G2 in the later game team fight, kept finding the upper hand. Kept finding the clutch fight that they needed to win the games.
And while in some ways it felt closer than we might have initially expected, it still did seem like G2 were still that level higher. Of course, your player of the game at LEC on X.
But at the same time, he did do some funny things on the Vayne.
There's some funnies across the board. There was a flash for a Dark and Daggers. I think everybody...
Hansama was pretty consistent.
Hansama. I like that one. We're going to hear from... it feels like MKOI early, at least, have some pretty good angles.
Yeah, for sure. MKOI in the early game should be pretty favored. I think the Pantheon is a lot stronger than the Vi. They can look for invades. They can fight around bot lane.
But here we go. Week 1 versus Week 2. Of course, this is a little disingenuous, but we're kind of just wanting to paint the picture to start here as things are going pretty well for JoJo already. Week 2 continuing to look good as Vladdy still doesn't have a flash. Wouldn't have been able to use it anyway. Important to note as he was grounded. But the graphic we were showing there for TLDR, Week 1 bad, Week 2 good, and continuing to look good.
You set it up, Daniel. He had a mark, a target on his back, and Lyoya found him. Question, right? How good is this Saburo that you're bringing into the league? Fnatic. Oh, Lospa.
Koopa, flash away. It's a good fall damage for upset. Immediate exhaustion to be burned. Barrier as well as some body blocking with the clone. Love that from Alvaro, just to eat at least one of those Mystic shots. But the fully stacked lethal tempo making things easy for upset. Unfortunately, now Lyoya has arrived. It's Lospa who's going to grab a kill. Fnatic still like the angle on this fight. Lospa likely to fall, but upset looking for an angle to maybe turn onto Alvaro. Fully stacked on the Rising Spell Force. A ton of attack speed, but just not nearly.
Farm up on the Zambesa. Lospa is looking for another cheese. Supa is in danger here.
Completely caught out here. Has level 6, but he's got nowhere to go. He's just going to dash back, get stunned midair anyway. Fnatic going to take their time walking him down. No one else is nearby. And this is the second time.
I mean, I don't know what to say, really.
It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
The good news is the rest of the map is doing pretty well as Lyoya comes flying down from the sky. Vladdy, no flash available and in trouble. Lost doing his best to body block. Ulti across the team is good from upset as Razor keeps this fight going. And once again, it's Supa who's in trouble. Oh, God, no. Oh, Supa. I'm sorry, brother. It's a rough one. That blast cone takes him absolutely nowhere as he's once again sent back to the fountain.
Both teams are taking turns bullying here. Oh, Saburo, though. Mirwin going in.
Grim Deliverance, nice pull back into the tower, respond with a public execution. Saburo has flash, as does Mirwin. Whoop. Trying to outspace here. Good play from Mirwin. Saburo flash in, one auto, still gets the knockup, dash forward, Saburo! The solo kill! IG top laner! Mirwin, I like that he's playing on the edge there, but just a bit of a miscalculation. Or was it all part of his master plan to feed more gold into JoJo, who just stares at Saburo a little bit, and then it's just going to bite him. Oh, nope.
No way.
Oh, no. No. That's
Does he
no. Okay, they got the kill.
Oh,
They got the kill. This game, I like how close it is. I like how back and forth it is, but it is loose.
You don't really have any counterplay other than asking your jungler to come, and that's what MKOI's done. Lyoya's here. Upset might have bit off a bit more than he can chew here.
Desperate for the play. What's it going to cost him? It was a way to cost Supa's life, but Lospa doing a good job of making some space here, trying to punish. Ulti in anticipation of Alvaro's ult, but it was a little bit premature, and now upset. It's still alive! It's still alive! He flashes out of vision! It's a disaster! Saburo's here for some reason, offering himself upon the altar in exchange!
What?
Okay, super great game. And usually it felt like in the last few splits that it was Mirwin.
Sure.
But now Mirwin has been pretty consistent, as I think I just cursed him and he might be dead.
You did. Q flash in, looking good from Razor. Mirwin trying to walk away out of this one, but there's really no way to escape. Bro tries to finish with the Grim Deliverance, but one more auto from Razor to get the job done. Great job. That is at JackSpectra on Twitter. He caster cursed. It's all his fault.
Okay, my bad on that one. Good flash from Razor. As Lospa goes in here, Scatter the Weak lands. Alvaro.
Vladdy. Easy point and click follow-up. Alvaro vulnerable, but now Lyoya moving in to try and salvage the play. Lospa slowly but surely getting chunked down as upset tries to backstep. Razor also on the way in, though. Aegis Assault going to be used by Lyoya, but keep your eyes on JoJo. Flash over the wall to follow the instantaneous ulti, and now it's Supa on the chase, looking for a bit of redemption as he grabs the double.
At Fnatic, you don't have the damage. You can't go on Alvaro like that.
Crazy when we do see it happen. But now we really are in a situation where MKOI has fully regained control of this game. Fnatic doing their best to set up here around the Herald. No flash for JoJo. Flashes for Supa, for Alvaro. Herald already down. Alvaro hoping for the play. Nice Q interrupt to keep things going. That's Going to be public execution along the back line. Immediate fall coming from Saburo. Vladdy on the flank, but it's JoJo coming in from behind with the miasma, looking for a little bit more as Lospa gets very squishy once the unbreakable will falls apart. Upset running for his life. Hex Flash about to come over. Supa doesn't have the ulti to chase, but Fnatic.
Supa and JoJo have a pretty easy job because there's so much front line to hit. There's Razork, there's Lospa, there's Saburo. They just need to hit the first target and then they can run them down after the fact. Now 2 dragons for MKOI. The game is starting to look like, I wouldn't say it's unthrowable yet, but it's pretty close. So Vladdy's now caught, might just die.
Vladdy is probably just going to burn to death here. JoJo grabs that one. Lock it a little bit late from Lospa. Now Supa gets to fly in. Start wiping up these kills. Lospa running for his life.
I'm going to say it, it's unthrowable for MKOI. 5,000 gold lead, really wants to kill Mirwin.
That he does. But Elyoya is on the way. They're both at 2 items.
But Saburo's here as well.
Okay.
They're
All right,
going
Mirwin
to kill Mirwin no matter what.
Knockback on Mirwin is good. Mirwin will fall. Elyoya will allow him to drop. Not going to move in to try to get anything else in the map, but keep in mind, mid lane is being pushed at the same time. Top lane is being pushed at the same time. It's map stage.
This is a good death by Mirwin. I think Fnatic, they're just overcommitted, but they don't really have any other play. They lose any sort of equal numbers fight, so they have to look for these sort of plays, but now Elyoya might have overcommitted.
Knock up there. No one else on the team with the global to support Elyoya, but Alvaro is on the way in. Ballbreaker doesn't quite take Razork out. A lot of poke damage contesting, and Supa just appears out of nowhere to finish the kill. Grim Deliverance from Saburo. Doesn't quite have the damage. Yes, just barely. Gets him the revive. So much determination, but probably still just set the fall here. Good damage, not nearly enough to get anything else done, though. Supa now dominating. Vladdy being run down. Fnatic stuck around way too long in the bottom lane.
Fnatic, they tried to make the play on Elyoya, but they didn't.
Supa specifically, but it wasn't enough to give Fnatic full control of the map, and now things have been falling a bit apart as Upset tries to do some damage. They don't have any damage. Saburo now moving in, the exhaust down. JoJo is finally low. Razork's now going in, but they burned everything, and JoJo lived way too long. Supa still untouched. 2.5 items. Wants to start raining down, but the first damage is there from Fnatic. It's happening. They're devolving. The Magikarp has returned. The Gyarados is gone. Fnatic find the fight.
Fnatic gets a Nash. Are you kidding me? It's
Either we're the most powerful wizards in the world for these caster curses, or this is just diabolical mid-game.
Although Supa, oh, he can't.
Supa,
Oh, no way.
Flash. Ooh, still got clipped.
I feel like he's gonna die here.
Lower. He has the dopamine though. He wants to flash in Q, kill 3 people. But he already burned flash. Nothing left. JoJo and Mirwin, twin flankers, approaching from opposite sides. Fnatic have to be careful about grouping forward, grouping up, walking further forward. Has vision of Vladdy. Now they all see them. Instantly, it's Alvaro. On to 4. The follow-up is there. Grim Deliverance and Saburo is going to try desperately to turn it. Supa going a little bit too far, but it might not matter. JoJo holding the line as best he can with that ulti, but it's just a 1-for-1. Vladdy traded for Supa. Supa going in too soon. The objective getting lower and lower. Razork has to go in. Eyes on the Drake. Who can get the 50-50 in the end? It is MKOI, empowered now by the Mountain Soul. Easy to keep this fight going. Grand Starfall coming down. Extra movement speed. Nowhere for Upset to go. MKOI get the Soul and set their sights on the Baron.
MKOI might have just done it with the Soul, with the Baron Nashor. Looks like it might be game over for Fnatic. It looked pretty dire in the beginning. Yeah.
This is going to be JoJo, who wanted to come back to the fight anyway, however. Now they're going to turn on the JoJo. Q flash in, instantaneous ulti. JoJo now in trouble. Nice dash back with the Rocket Belt. Goes golden, buys a bit more time. Supa now flying in to help him clean up the fight. JoJo getting lower, but they cannot knock that snake down. Grim determination. Going to mean a revive for Saburo, but there's just nowhere for him to go. The determination not nearly enough as Elyoya blocking so much follow-up damage, and all of Fnatic on the retreat as it's going to be the public execution to close this one out in style. A double for JoJo. An MVP performance in this game one as MKOI are going to continue their victory march.
And Fnatic, they tried as they may. You cannot take down JoJo Pune. 10-1-7. Such a great game from him, securing the win for MKOI in this game one against Fnatic.
Might have gotten messy in the middle, but trusting the process still takes them to victory here in game one in this series between MKOI and Fnatic.
That's a Gyarados on mid lane.
It's a Gyarados. Right. Is it Gyarados or Gyarados?
It's Gyarados, I think I said it wrong.
There's no Magikarp.
There's no Magikarp. We got one Magikarp moment, otherwise pure Gyarados here from the side of MKOI. And you can see still frustration. The conversation isn't woo, you know, it's there's some criticism there. They know what they need to do to adapt. It is a process to get back into form. Fnatic had them on the ropes at a couple moments, but we'll see if Fnatic can fully bounce back as we send it over to the analyst desk. Run into you face first, and again, we've seen, again, the beating heart of MKOI is their support jungle duo, and now they both have super proactive champions.
I feel like if your intuition says it's wrong, that's probably
Man, we'll find out. That's what production's for. They're going to keep us honest here.
Fact check our grammar.
Yeah, fact check. What do you think a stats guy is for? Also for vocabulary is, oh, it's happening again! Supa running for his life, getting run down. Alvaro tried to roam, but it's costing him dearly. The 2v1 kill there, and now MKOI really desperate to get something back, but Razork is strong in these early fights. That is a beefy trundle. Saburo flashing forward, starting to overheat. Elioya gonna fall. JoJoPune in dire straits. It's an unmitigated disaster. The pillar coming out just in time. Now they turn it back. Mirwan sticking around to try to get something back, but Saburo is so damn strong. Alvaro just barely able to flash away, but now it is Mirwan in trouble. The red buff taken away. The clockwork wind up not quite enough. No, doesn't auto the blast cone. Doesn't have the attack speed. It's a catastrophe.
Oh my god, it's an absolute disaster for... No, we can't. We're not there. So Alvaro is... Yeah, you roamed up, but what did you do?
Oh.
You weren't fighting with your team
Mirwan
whatsoever.
lost a wave and a half for that play, too.
And now Alvaro is dead.
Yeah.
We might be looking at a game 3 already. I'm not gonna lie.
My God. Wow.
Yo, kill him. What are we doing?
Finish the kill. Quill him.
No way we don't kill him.
Okay, he's dead. He's dead. Lost needs a kill. Fnatic fans.
Still needs quite a bit of time.
That he does. MKOI need a lot more time if they're
I think Supa can trade 1-for-1 though, maybe.
Get it? Gravity field there. They're just going to wander in at him, chomp him.
Oh, this is so awkward.
Plate is there. Very slowly trying to kill this Victor. Leave the poor man alone. Razor grabs another.
Okay, it wasn't awkward. They just took their time, waited out.
Is he going to die to Drake and Pro
Yes,
play?
no smite.
Okay, that would have been so funny.
Oh.
Lospa's here. Lospa's here.
If Lospa wasn't here.
And win every trade because he's healing and doing damage. I think Supa's dead.
I mean, the big thing is that...
Okay, knock up.
Might be right.
Go there. Pull back. He has level 6. Feathers are flying. Dead. Wow.
This is pretty crazy.
I wish I could say I'd seen the future, but it happened twice already.
I just thought there was no way he was going to die there, because, like, no way, you know what I mean?
Nocturne level 6. Ulti?
Oh, he's in range.
No ulti for upset. Flash back to try to get away from Alvaro. And the dash coming through. Taunt connects. Fear connects onto upset. He will just fall here. So shut down for Elioya. A path back into this game, perhaps. Supa's died like 30 times in this series, you know? We've all had our moments. Everyone gets a stinker every now and then. I will say, if he doesn't turn it around pretty immediately...
He's dead again.
Oh, he's dead again. Okay. Ulti for the wave. Laura overheating, running him down.
He has flash, though, but he does not want to use it.
Okay.
Don't know why he didn't use
Alvaro
it.
now running in once again. JoJoPune on the way. They're grouped up in the choke, though, but JoJoPune keeping the fight going. And now it's Vladdy in trouble. Lost between what he can, but it's Razor trying to run them down. MKOI turning it right back around. JoJoPune ready to fall with another Q3. MKOI! You're 2,000 gold down. You're not supposed to be able to do that.
MKOI, they don't need an ADC. They're going to win regardless. Getting the fight.
That said, now the game has evened out. Oh, never mind. Vladdy's in trouble. Elioya on the chase. JoJoPune about to follow. Flash taunt in. Flash out from Vladdy. We're there to give them a bit more space. So that's Elioya's ulti down, as well as the flash coming out from Alvaro.
Flash for flash, but Vladdy
Shockwave back. Ulti out from JoJoPune once again. Well timed. Q3 to get away from Razor, but the subjugate still ticking away.
It's just going to start it. I think clear the vision first.
Really important for Fnatic to not fight small skirmishes, and I like Drakes as a way to avoid doing that.
If Saburo lives here, it's very good, but I think he's just going to die. But it's still a dragon for Fnatic.
He's ahead. Ooh! That Gnar did not connect. But it doesn't matter, because the shutdown is still there.
Kill for MKOI. Nice TP by JoJoPune. Not the cleanest of executions.
Okay, can I just say...
To try to defend.
Ooh, Tower Wraith.
I think I know who's winning this one.
I think it's pretty easy to see, I would say. MKOI. Oh, I was wrong. That's crazy. Oh, nice ulti here from Elioya once again. Shockwave doesn't work on Elioya. Dash through from JoJoPune. That's the combo they were looking for.
Okay, but
Calm down, Jack. Anyway.
well, now they're diving. Vladdy. No, JoJoPune, sorry.
Here we go. Oh, this is really good wave clear. Well played by JoJoPune. Support now from Alvaro. Going in for a bit of cheeky extra poke there.
Upset has got chunk to half there.
This is
Razor
kind of...
has a lot of damage.
That he does. He's just walking forward as Lospa's now looking for the setup. They know there's no ulti available for JoJoPune, so they just want to keep that trade going.
Yo, this trundle is strong.
He just killed Alvaro.
I was too focused on the lack of CC and not focused on the absolute lack of survivability for the opposing team.
It's going to be the Herald, though, for MKOI. Cross maps back-to-back here.
Neither skirmishes, they don't really feel comfortable enough to contest that big objective, and Fnatic breakneck speed.
Yeah, super early third dragon. 16 minutes. This would be a soul for Fnatic at 21. And they have put MKOI on the timer now, on the clock. So they're going to have to fight them at that next dragon. MKOI at least putting the Herald on top and getting some gold from that. They're not going to be able to get a second.
And as much as there's some execution things there, unfortunately the draft, now that there's kind of deficit, is a little bit tricky, but Vladdy has a Seeker, gets an extra second there. Nice equalizer to get a bit more space. JoJoPune looking for an angle. Q3 going to connect, but now he's forced to snap back. Mirwan and JoJoPune fighting side by side as Saburo burns to the ground. Buying a bit extra time though. Good damage as Lospa follows up. Flash in, the Gnar forward for Mirwan. Catches out Razork, but the Subjugate keeps him standing. The Trundle's so hard to kill as he'll finally flash away. Q3 from JoJoPune takes him into 3, but a quick snap back with the Soul Unbound means he's still surviving. Upset off to the side. He has Flash, he has Ghost, he has ulti. Trundle passive.
Yeah, base. This is an opportunity for Fnatic to force the 5 versus 4. Lospa's about to get his ultimate. Doesn't have the flash.
Mirwan off on the side though. They have to respect the flank. JoJoPune ready to go with the Q3. Yone has to make the difference here. Dash in Q3, ulti across the team. Upset goes up, but still gets knocked up, still gets caught out. Flashes away to safety. But the fight has fallen to pieces. Razork running for dear life, but it's a double kill for Supa, who's right back into the game.
JoJoPune, it's a 4 versus 5, yet he still just pulls the trigger and wins the fight. Alvaro with the follow-up as well.
Fnatic.
In fact, gotta be kicking themselves, man. Like,
you had 3 Drakes.
They had
a
3
big
Drakes.
lead.
They had really all the control. Even in the last fight here, it's
40 CS down again, man. I mean, it's rough. I really want to hold on to optimism for a player who's sown such high highs, but it has not been working out. It's a scrappy trade in the mid lane. Flash burned by Alvaro. Razork trying to walk his way out of this one. Not quite as tanky as he was in the early game, however. Lost is now looking for the re-engage. Upset though, good damage to try and zone away, but Supa hits like a truck. Mirwan goes in, forces the ulti out, but now it's a follow-up coming for Elyoya, but it looks like he clicked on Lospa instead of Upset. All right.
Elyoya might have misclicked that one, not able to take down Upset, but I feel like Upset 20 auto attacks that fight and no damage. He's building towards the LDR, but this is also why we don't see, this is why we've seen more mages recently. You can see that it takes a lot of time. He needs a lot of items to become useful.
But it's, okay, it's
his
not...
team is also not so useful.
Yeah, but this is the reason why we see Lucian banned and why we see Corki prioritized is like,
Xayah needs a lot.
Xayah's a 4-item meter carry, dude. She's not even a 3-item meter carry. We've talked about this so many times. Elyoya needs to be careful. He's about to get burned down. Shut down. Nice look for Fnatic. A little bit of mess there.
The thing with Xayah is that she needs Navori and
bot wave, their top wave, or their mid wave. They are spending about 1,000 gold. Try to group here as 5. Ospa backstepping. MKOI taking a ton of space. Mirwan about to go mega, but he's on a ward. If they wait for this to expire, maybe then they can re-engage.
Lospa needs to find the angle here.
Ulti off onto the side, looking to isolate Vladdy, giving access to Alvaro in the backline. Supa untouched for now. JoJoPune ulti in the midst of the team, but Upset making those feathers fly. Moving forward as Supa has been caught out. They're going to finish the kill onto the mage. Now the Drake is starting to reset. Fnatic might have done it. MKOI on the ropes as Upset remains untouched in this exchange. JoJoPune trying to be a hero. The quick snack back, it's the Zhonya's. Mirwan about to go mega once again. Lospa now in trouble. The boulder toss. Mirwan ready to go. He gets one. JoJoPune still standing. Saburo in trouble. JoJo gets another. Looking for the reset. But the soul goes to the side of Fnatic. It's a hot mess, but it's a mess in the favor of FNC. Upset and Razork frontlining. A double for the Trundle. Troll Drudge, Troll King, Troll Executioner trying to finish JoJo.
Fnatic did it. They don't care. They're starting up the Nash. Saboro's not here. He has the teleport though.
Upset no flash, remember, from the previous fight, so it's going to be a lot harder for him to play out this one. MKOI getting chunked though. Equalizer onto Supa. Lospa looking for the follow-up. Nice knock-up. Nice interrupt from Alvaro to stop that quickness from being effective. Off on the side is JoJoPune. He's already used the Q3. Gnar knocking 2 members to the wall. Upset isolated completely. Dash through from JoJoPune is massive. Snap back, but the shielding is still there from Lospa just in time. Command Protect does its job as Vladdy keeps Upset standing. Supa drops down and Fnatic take the fight.
And Fnatic might have done it. They're pushing mid. They peeled off Upset. He didn't die. They want to end this game right here, right now.
Fnatic marching down the mid lane. Upset on the edge of death, but his team protects him. The Soul empowering them. They don't even need the Baron. JoJoPune, not enough. No way to stack the Q. The slow from the Hextech Soul. So frustrating.
I think Jojo could maybe do it. Alvaro's up in 1. I don't think Fnatic can end.
JoJoPune getting chunked out. Good damage. Now he's gone. Alvaro not able to get anything back. Trying to buy a bit more time. Elyoyo walking in. Fnatic, this is risky. Nocturne can do decent damage here. Knockup isn't there. Flash in and on upset. That's going to be one shutdown. Now they just need to hit the Nexus. Fnatic gonna finish the game and bring it to 1-1.
And Fnatic, they took down JoJo. If JoJo stayed alive, maybe he could hold the game for MKOI. But Fnatic got it over the finish line. They will take us to a game number 3.
Absolute chaos. It felt like it would be a victory lap after that dominant start from Fnatic, but MKOI brought it back. They kept it so close, and in those final fights, Upset staying alive, the team protecting him, really making all of the difference.
And the Dragons were key. Ash Seraphine, they wanted a long extended fight. Akali wants a really quick one-shot. And Gragas wants to separate the enemy, while Seraphine wants them all clumped up to land the ultimate. And I think just get the crab as planned. He's looking to go for it right now with the push from Fnatic. But MKOI, they want to contest this.
It feels like a little bit safe. Oh, yeah, hovering. Just got a vision. Level 4, ready to kick the fight up, but if Supa dies, it might not matter. The barrier's there, a little bit of extra shielding, but Supa's now going to fall. Beagle Temple fully stacked for Upset. They should at least be able to kill Razork, but can Elyoyo make it out to safety? Flash away. Lostba and Upset chasing down Alvaro, desperate to get one more kill to further push this in their favor. Flash forward from Lostba as he takes another. Elyoyo debating if he can go back in because it's JoJoPune on the way forward. Flash, 5-point strike into the Shroud, looking for the shuriken flip, connects onto Upset, wants to finish off, wants to go for full style points. Elyoyo grabs one. JoJo will grab the other.
JoJo, are you kidding me? The Fnatic bot lane made before level 6. Akali before level 6 is not a very scary champion. It's really at that spike that she starts to ramp up. Now MKOI are pushing forward. Lostba has no flash, continues getting slowed.
Becomes lightning connects, Lostba will fall. Nice angle from the side of MKOI. Upset continues to fight, but is going to be forced back here. Razork not able to come down, wanted to focus on that jungle fear. Couldn't afford to fall any further. Yep, full permission for Elyoyo to go for this dive. Great use of that information as Upset left to try to clear it away, but they do need to be incredibly careful. Arrow goes on the loss for Wild Growth used now as Upset tries to get a little bit of damage back to dissuade anything else coming out. JoJoPune on the way. Is Upset going to die as well? Lostba immediately popped. TP to the bottom lane. Razork intercepting JoJo. I'm not sure if they win out on that one. Vladdy TPing down. JoJo almost going to find the kill. Forced to flash out. Nice play from Razork. Rook goes down onto Vladdy. But I'm
building a big CS lead again. It's not as big as it was in game 1, but he's still making his presence known as Fnatic wants to invade.
And of course, but Mirwin is here too. This is not the fight that they were looking for. Wild Growth used. EQ combo interrupted. The knockback stops it from connecting. Mirwin going to grab that kill. Things are going from bad to worse for the side of Fnatic.
And the thing is, Mirwin needs to fight Saboro, and Mirwin doesn't need to fight Saboro because he can just use his Q on the wave.
Oh,
didn't get spotted.
Vladdy going in, quick stun. Bear is there, Counter-Strike is there. Good damage on Mirwin. They know he has no ultimate, trying to kill him as much as he can. Saboro get the shutdown. Mirwin and myself overestimating his tankiness there when Vladdy is in the picture, but MKOI immediately respond with a cross map of their own top sides because you just
MKOI want to fight for the red buff here.
Razork, here comes lightning. Alvaro, good angle to get the fight kicked off. 2 members charmed up. Arrow immediately in onto Razork. He doesn't even have time to push a single button. Alvaro in the midst of 4. Counter-Strike a decent start. Has to leap strike away, but it's knocked back by Mirwin to the waiting arms of all 5 members of MKOI. JoJoPune trying to get tricky with it. Nice knock up on the Wild Growth. Immediate polymorph to follow. The second half of Shuriken Flip will take him away and out to safety. MKOI starting to dominate in this game 3.
It's a disaster for Fnatic. 2 members down. They're going to lose the tier 2 as well. Razork went too deep with the EQ, and it cost them so much. So Elyoyo is going to get the drift. It's going to hit the tower.
Oh,
he missed.
Okay. All right. I think
it's saying early game, mid game, late game. When is this pick useful then?
A little bit of context. Akali spawned with a Hextech alternator, so
That's
it is
true.
a little bit tough. Okay, well, there you go.
What the hell?
Support delete, it's season 3, baby. He's deleting supports. That's gonna be ulti from Vladdy, though. It's a good stall. Razork there, ready to follow. Mega Blast Cone knocks JoJo so far back with the E2. Already ready on to Upset. Upset forced to flash away. Saboro with the Counter-Strike. Decent damage down, but he needs so much time if he wants to work through those health bars. Flash over the wall from Vladdy. Knockback on the cast coming in from Mirwin. Getting lower and lower as Elyoyo tries to hold the line. JoJoPune looking for an angle in, but it's Mirwin down. Elyoyo looks like he might be next to follow as Vladdy grabs the shutdown. E2 from JoJo is big. Flash over the wall to take him away. Razork flashing over to give Saboro away to continue chasing. Mega Blast Cone there for JoJo. One auto, the shutdown! Triple shutdowns for Fnatic! This fight next to the Drake. Alvaro's ulti's ready.
Deep flank here. Very deep flank for Saburo. He's not on a ward. He can look for Tupa.
Arrow goes wide. Ulti not very good from Alvaro either. Soboro on the backside. Upset still standing for now, trying to get as much space as possible. Likely just going to fall to JoJo in the meantime, but what else can they get done? Vladdy getting lower and lower. The split fight, though. Soboro has to make the difference. Elyoya down. Razork probably likely to follow. The bear continues to chase, but JoJo remains relatively untouched and almost single-handedly carries that fight for MKOI.
JoJo just shuts the door into Fnatic's face. I need a replay. How did he get onto upset?
CS.
Fighting.
Ulti. Oh, ulti. Soboro in trouble now. Running in. Body slam. Auto. This going no, but it's Razork who's looking to collapse onto Alvaro, stopping the ulti from coming through, which just barely clips upset. Nice start, forcing out an early cleanse. Off to the side is Vladdy, though. He isn't going to do a damn thing! He stacks the stun up just to die. It's once again, JoJo has a good angle. He and Elyoya tag teaming through the fight. All of MKOI collapsing now onto Fnatic. Upset untouched over the wall, but he just doesn't have the time or the space to get anything done. A good wild growth, a good counter strike. But JoJo still pushing forward, looking for a little bit more. Elyoya debating if they can push for the dive. For now, though, happy to look at the last man standing. It is Upset standing alone under this tower. Nowhere left to go. Elyoya grabs the kill.
And MKOI, they strike back, getting 2 kills.
Because, again, I think proactive engage for both Alvaro and Elyoya is like the key to success for
Razork is going
MKOI.
to face check Mirwin here.
Body slam, combo, knocked back into Elyoya. Immediate follow-up, arrow coming through as well. Razork, the wild growth going to be used. Vladdy off to the side. They have to kill JoJo, but he's in the shroud. They polymorph him. They turn him into a little snowbound, and now they're going to try to send him packing in a body bag. But all they get is a quick dash out and a pick onto Razork.
Razork, he face checks into Mirwin, and the fight just doesn't start out how Fnatic wants it.
Closed carry could cost them the game. They're grouping mid. Side waves in a relatively good spot, and now a pretty fast collapse here on Elyoya. They spot JoJo, hopefully they spot the TP as well. They're all immediately turning them with that Akali out of the picture, but she's in this round already, and it's an amazing ult from Alvaro. Soboro goes golden right as the McHale's comes in. It's a coordination disaster for Fnatic and a masterclass from MKOI.
And Alvaro, he hits them with the ultimate, and he seals their fates. MKOI, they get the Nash, they get 3 kills, and it has to feel like it's all over for Fnatic. That was the last chance to try to pick up Elyoya, but they just don't have the position that they need to do to really do so. Oh, they want to go into JoJo, but I don't think they can. TP behind from Mirwin. Mirwin has the flash. He could go, but doesn't want to go too deep here.
All right. Couple piece of bread, nothing between. Bit of a nothing burger there as MKOI now keeping the pressure up, not even resetting. I think it makes a lot of sense. You're already so powerful, you know there's not really anything that Fnatic are going to be able to pick up. Yes, it's 3 items for Upset, but he doesn't have any armor pen either. Knocking open the base, taking down an inhibitor would be a good position to be in. We've still got JoJo splitting for the 4-1.
JoJo is both with no TP. Maybe Fnatic, it's so hard to engage though.
Off on the side, Vladdy desperate.
Oh, Saburo really deep TP. This looks really
an awkward one. Now JoJo immediately gets back on, trying to hold on to the Upset. The shutdown is there, though, and Upset is still standing. Elyoya, crescent guard, keeping him alive for now. Flash forward, ulti there. Ulti back up for Alvaro, though, holding the line. The arrow connects onto Laspa. Soboro wants to do something, but there's just too much damage on this MKOI lineup. They finally killed JoJo, and it might just cost them the game.
You may slay JoJo, but you won't kill anybody else. MKOI, they're looking at their nexus, eyes set. Fnatic want to try to defend. Upset is up. Vladdy, can he find the stun?
But it just doesn't feel like enough. Super raining fire down on those towers. Dash in for Mirwin, immediately polymorph. Decent damage coming in for Upset, but it's just not enough. There's too many members of MKOI standing right in melee range, ready to knock them down. At the end of the day, it's MKOI coming out on top.
JoJo and Elyoya. What a fantastic performance from the mid-jungle of MKOI. Really put the team on their back.
I agree. Here we are, a bow from MKOI again. Trusting in the process in the long term. It was messy, but at the end of the day, they need wins on the board, and wins are what they...